All right, buddy, this is your social studies core test. You want to rock this out. This is worth a lot of points. Starting the marking period off with a good grade on this would really set the pace for the marking period. So let's get into it. So the first thing you need to worry about is geography. Geography includes latitude. Remember, latitude. Say it like that, latitude. Latitudes are lines that run east and west, but measure north and south of the equator. They're also known as parallels. So let's see a breakdown of that. So if you look, lines of latitude run east and west. Okay, west is your left hand, east is your right hand. The equator is the line in the middle. That's the equator. So that's the big red line right there. And the latitude lines measure that. That's the most famous one, is the equator. Then you have the latitude lines measure north and south. So like lines on the ruler, if you wanted to measure north and south, you'd have to put the ruler this way so that the lines can go that way to tell you how many degrees. All right, so latitude measures north and south. Latitude are also called parallels. You got this one wrong on your last test. So latitude lines are also called parallels. Then you have longitude. Longitude. My mouth goes wide with that, up and down. Lines that run north and south, but measure east and west of the prime meridian. And they're also known as meridians. So longitude go north and south. They run up and down. They climb up and down. There's the prime meridian. That's the most famous one. It's the one in the middle. That's 0. They measure east and west. So this is the west side. This is the east side. Remember, put your hands up, your left hand up in the air and make that W sign. That's northwest. Okay, so that's how you remember your hemispheres. All right, so here we have a globe to do latitude and longitude. So what are the coordinates for A? A is located in the northwestern part of the world. So right away, we know to put an N and we know to put a W. Then we find our latitude, which is our line going across. So it's 45. Put the 45 in front of the N. And then we try to figure out what line's going down. It looks like it's 120. So we put our number there. Same thing here. We're going to look at B. We know that B is in the southeastern part. So right away, we write our S and then we write our E. We find the latitude, which is 30. So put that one first. And then we go up and we see that it's 45. That's how we do it. You have hemispheres, or the halves. So you have the northern hemisphere, you have the southern hemisphere. You also have the western hemisphere and the eastern hemisphere. Northwestern is when you put your hands up in the air. Remember, we do our number 3 up in the air with our left hand. That's where the north is. That's where the west is. Northwestern. All right, so determine which hemisphere is located at 50 degrees north, 150 degrees east. You don't even have to look at the globe. You see that N, you see that E, it's northern, it's eastern. Same here, you see the S, you see the W, it's southern, it's western. All right, now we want to discuss the fall of Rome. Here's some images. This is Italy. The Colosseum, gladiators, some rulers. Let's get into it. All right, so this is Constantine. Constantine has the cool haircut. So he's the first guy that we're going to talk about. So we go in the order. Constantine comes first. He's the emperor of Rome from 312 to 337. Constantine. He's the first guy we got to worry about. He encouraged Christianity. And he was co-emperor with Licinius. That's how it started. Constantine and Licinius, the young guy and the old guy. Licinius. Licinius, Constantine, Licinius. Together, they were co-emperors. They were best friends. Then, boom, stuff got real. Constantine defeated Licinius. So they were no longer co-emperors to become the sole emperor, making this dude here a loser. He says, I'm the emperor now. So Constantine ends up being the emperor by beating Licinius. Then there were barbarian invasions. Barbarian invasions were from Germanic tribes from the north, and they attacked the Roman empires. Here's the Germanic tribes. When did Rome officially fall? 476 AD. I think he said something like breakout 476, breakout 76, or fallout. I think it was fallout 76 was what you were trying to do. Remember it. So fallout 4, fallout 76. So 476 was when Rome officially fell. How did it fall? It fell because of the Germanic tribes. They took control of Rome in 455 and left the empire powerless. So then you end up with Romulus Augustulus. He ends up being the last Roman emperor, and you tell me a terrible story about how he died. So Romulus Augustulus, last Roman emperor. Last Roman emperor. All right, then there's 10 theories for the fall of Rome. I doubt you're going to have to do all 10, but you might ask you for 3. So go into detail. You have the Barbarian Invasions, so the Germanic tribes invasion, decline in morals, environmental and public health problems, expensive military spending, inferior technology, inflation, political corruption, the rise in Christianity, unemployment, and urban decay. So I would pick 3 to kind of park in on. So in your head right now, decide what 3 you want to park on. All right, keep them in your head. All right, then we go into the Byzantine Empire and Muslim civilizations. So the city went under a lot of transformation. It goes from Byzantium, New Rome, Constantinople, Istanbul. So think like instant bowl. It ends with a bowl. Okay, so Byzantium is how it starts. Turns into New Rome. That makes sense because when Constantino or whoever it is that goes over, makes it New Rome. Then you have Constantinople and then Istanbul. Istanbul is how it ends. Okay? All right, Constantinople is the capital of Byzantine Empire. It gains its wealth from trade and taxes. It was also like a big crossroads for trade. Okay, so Constantinople. Justinian was one of the Byzantine Empire's greatest leaders. He was energetic and open-minded, and he created Justinian's code. Although we don't have any sculptures of him, we just have a picture of him. So he was one of Byzantine's greatest leaders. So Justinian. Justinian's code is an organized collection of explanations of Roman laws for use by the Byzantine Empire. All right, so that was organized code. A schism is a split in a faith. So there was a schism that occurred in Christianity that resulted in the Roman Catholic Church and the Eastern Orthodox. So Roman Catholic, Eastern Orthodox. Now we got to compare them. So the Roman Catholic versus Eastern Orthodox. In reference to leaders, the Roman Catholic had a pope. The Eastern Orthodox had a patriarch. In reference to the city, the Roman Catholic Church was in Rome. The Eastern Orthodox was in Constantinople. The Roman Catholic Church allowed icons. The Eastern Orthodox banned icons. The Roman Catholic Church spoke in Latin. The Eastern Orthodox spoke in Greek. All right, so what is a Muslim? A Muslim is a follower of the Islamic faith. Muhammad is the prophet of it, and he's the founder of Islam. He was forced to leave Mecca, and he ended up making a pilgrimage to Medina to find followers. So Mecca is the big place where it all kind of starts. He's forced to leave there and go to Medina to find followers. Then we have the Quran. The Quran is the holy book of Islam, and it was written in Arabic. So Quran is the holy book of Islam. There's 5 pillars of Islam. We have the declarations of faith. So you got to declare that Islam is your faith. Pray 5 times a day facing Mecca. Almsgiving, so you have to give to the poor. Fasting, so sunrise to sunset during Ramadan, you don't eat. Pilgrimage to Mecca. And once in your lifetime, you have to go to Mecca. So 5 pillars of Islam, declaration of faith, prayer 5 times a day, almsgiving, fasting, pilgrimage. Declaration of faith, prayer, almsgiving, fasting, pilgrimage. DPAFP. DPAFP, DPAFP, declaration, prayer, almsgiving, fasting, pilgrimage, DPAFP, 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 declaration, prayer, almsgiving, fasting, pilgrimage. Good luck, buddy. That one's going to be a tough one. Then you have monotheism. Monotheism is the belief in one God. So an example would be Islam, Christianity, Judaism. They only believe in one God, different from what the Greeks dealt with, where they had a bunch of gods. Then you have the accomplishments of the Golden Age for Muslims. So here are the things that they accomplished. So the Golden Age is from 800 to 1100. If she asks you that, I think it's a little douchey. I hope she doesn't ask you dates, but if you do your best with it. So what did she ask? What was part of the Golden Age? What were the accomplishments for Muslims? They made some headways in math. They created algebra. They created water-driven machines. They created really good literature and poetry. They had a nice spread in Islam, and they organized pharmacies for medicinal purposes. All right, buddy, that is it. I am really hoping that you knock this one out of the park. Listen to this video a couple times and try and get yourself that A. I love you, bud. Good luck.